There's been some comment being made about the way that there is at times a framing of the voice to Parliament being played out in terms of a game. And I think for many politicians, it is probably little more than a game, and that game is for them to win. They want to win power, and they will do that at any cost. That for them is not about social justice. It's not about addressing the truth. It's not about learning to walk with our Indigenous Australians together. It's about them playing a game. As a queer man of colour who's had the privilege of working for most of my life, my working life, with Indigenous Australians, I can bring to this discussion my experience of the same-sex marriage plebiscite, where the game was played by some politicians to create fear. And there were a lot of mistruths put forward that somehow same-sex marriage would make the institution of marriage lose its status and its standing, and that it would be a slippery slope, that other forms of marriage, maybe between a man and an animal, would be the next thing that people would be asking for. These lies that were put forward for many people who opposed same-sex marriage were just a game to secure their power base. And I think when we talk with our multicultural communities, we need to explain also that it's not just about putting forward a truth, it's about part of the game dynamics that happen too, and that some of the game is to oppose the voice with lies, that somehow the voice is a third tier of parliament, that it's going to give extra powers to Aboriginal people that they already have. We know that's not true.
And like I've been holding on to my pearls for the last 4 years, the world hasn't ended.
So when same-sex marriage did come through, all that happened was that love grew. And with the voice to parliament, what will happen is that democracy will grow. Love today in Australia is stronger for same-sex marriage. Democracy in Australia will be stronger for the voice to parliament.
We have much to learn from the same-sex plebiscite and how multicultural communities were actually played in that. And it really goes back to us being mindful. It's happened before. We need to be mindful that we don't let it happen again. And it's our responsibility that we spread the truth and proper information out there to our communities.